You guys want to see something cool? As I play around more and more with these figs, I'm just fascinated by them, and I can't help but to experiment with them. And the number one reason I think that is because they root so darn easily. And everybody's got their method for rooting them. And I did a little experiment last year where I just wanted to see if I just didn't do anything to this fig, and I just took the cutting, I stuck it in dirt and said, have a nice day, if it would root on its own. And I made a video about that. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'll put a link up in the corner over here, and you can go to it now and watch it if you haven't seen it already. If you haven't, go watch it and come back. Alright, now that you've seen it, I wanted to do the same thing this year because I got so many comments after doing that one of people giving me reasons why it rooted and why my theory wasn't accurate. And I'm just, geez, I just keep making these videos, and I just keep, I have nothing to gain here. I'm not trying to rip you off. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just trying to have some fun, right? So I did it again for myself. I stuck the cutting. I took a cutting of a fig this spring. I did nothing with it. I just stuck it in some fine fir bark, like I always do for all my cuttings. There was no bottom heat. There was no nothing. I just took a stick and I put it in the pot, and once again I'm completely amazed at what happened, because we struggle so much with getting the fig cuttings to root. I get on the forums and I get on Facebook and I see people over and over and over and over again saying, I can't get my fig cuttings to root. And I don't understand it, but I'm trying to help you, and I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. But I'm going to take you over here right now and I'm going to show you what I've done. So this is the little guy I'm talking about, and this came from a Violet de Bordeaux, which is supposed to do really well in my area, zone 8B, and it's supposed to fruit and, you know, give good, ripe, delicious fruit, some of the best tasting fruit that you can have on a fig, supposedly. And so I've got it, one that's supposed to do well in my area. That's the main thing. And so I took this cutting, I did nothing with it, I stuck it in this fine fir bark, I kept it watered. Yes, this one has been inside the hoop house, not outside, but it worked outside the hoop house last year as well. But here we are, and look at this guy. I just watched it, and it's been slowly putting on growth, and now it's really starting to take off and do something. Did nothing with it. There's a root. Wait, can you see that root over in the corner there, guys? Let's get that to focus. You see that? You see that root back in there? And I saw another one. Let's look for it. You see that little guy starting to poke through the pot right there? I got roots all the way down through the bottom of this guy. And there it is. The Violet de Bordeaux. A whole new one from the parent plant. Nothing done to it. And I'm more and more convinced now, after doing this, just 2 years in a row, just taking a cutting, sticking it in a pot and doing nothing with it, and watching the thing root on its own and just do beautifully, and the leaves come up beautifully, and there's no bug or pest problems. The leaves look great, they're not deformed, everything's healthy. I threw some fertilizer on it once I saw it was growing, and that's it. And it's doing so well, and I'm just completely amazed at that. Now, I'm going to take you over to my other figs that I did this, well, similar method to. I'm going to show them to you now. So these are all the figs that I've been messing around here with this year, and just so I can make a delineation here for you. Is that the right word? I don't know. We'll go with it though. But these figs from, let's see, this pot here, these guys here, this is all from a whole nother batch that wasn't a part of this. But these guys here, these 2 rows going straight up here, and then that one over there in the corner. Those were the figs that I did from that experiment that I posted. The fig cutting video, it's got like 50,000 views right now for some crazy odd reason. But these are from that experiment where I had 100% success rate. And just to be 100% transparent, I want to show you what happened with those Black Madeira. One of them died. I don't know why. Stuff happens. It's nature. This was the healthier of the 2. There's the other Black Madeira. This is the one that I wasn't sure was going to do anything. And it had these tiny little funky leaves on them. And it's actually taken off. It's sent up new growth, and it's still healthy and strong. This one was the healthy, strong looking one. And for who knows what reason, it died back. Stuff happens. The point of that video was I got 100% of them to root and they were growing healthy at the time. Yeah, shoot, you can't win them all. But look at this. Look at how healthy and well these guys are all growing from sticking the cuttings in the late winter, early spring. Actually, I think it was more early spring. And just putting them right outside without even growing them inside under lights. Look how much healthier they look than these guys here. Now, let's go back over to our little deal here. So from where my hand is over, these were all cuttings I took in the middle of winter, like January or something, and had them indoors under grow lights. Now because they're outside, some of them are starting to put on some beautiful new green growth. This has all come just in the last couple weeks here. That green growth there, that green growth starting to take off. All that's come recently, but this is what we got under the lights inside. And these guys were they were losing all their leaves when I brought them out. There's under the lights inside, that's from that leaf. The new green growth is from being out here, but they all were kind of set back from growing inside. And I don't know if it's like they need some kind of a dormancy period once they've been inside and brought to the outside, but I fell in love with this method of propagating them just way late in the year, way late in the winter, and then just bringing them right outside because they just take off and start growing so crazy, so good, so early. I mean, there's that strawberry verte. We already got a foot of growth when these guys are just barely starting to send some new growth out on them. And we're already July, I don't know, we're like July 10th today. So I hope you guys are getting something out of that. It's just, my whole point in all of this is you don't have to do so much. The more you try to do, when you try to manipulate the system, you grow these things under grow lights inside the house, the more they struggle to really get going. The less you do, you propagate them outside, or like that Violet de Bordeaux over there, you propagate them outside, you put them right outside, and you just let them take off from there, the better they do and the more they take off. So I know everybody's really just starting to buy cuttings in the fall because that's when you can first start selling cuttings, but then they're trying to propagate them through the winter, and it works. I mean, I've done it a bunch. It's how I've gotten all my plants, but then you got to baby them through the winter. You got to worry about all the little bugs and fungus and all the little problems that come around because of doing that kind of stuff indoors. And those kind of problems drive me nuts. So you got to get your beginning plants however you got to get them. I mean, there's just nothing else you can do about that. But once you get those plants, maybe it would be better to take your cuttings late in the winter or early spring and start these things and get them right outdoors immediately. Or do like I did with that Violet de Bordeaux. Take a cutting, stick it in a pot once it's already warm enough that it's not going to freeze anymore, and just go, man. Just go with it. So I hope you guys got something out of that. I've been wanting to show that to you for a while now with that Violet de Bordeaux. 2 years in a row, taking a cut and sticking it in a pot, and it just does its own thing. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to follow along. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you guys next video. Adios.